Alright guys, we're down here at the track. Repairs seem to look okay. It doesn't look fantastic in the morning, but it's not, you know, it's doom and gloomy, but we're just going to push through. We should be able to at least run a few events before it goes to shit again. We'll see what happens, ultimately see what happens with the rain. However, we do have a guy here measuring everything up, and basically we're going to look into the idea of slightly banking this corner and concreting about a third of the track to get rid of all these sinkholes and all these underlying issues. And we're looking at doing it like 125 mil thick, adding more drainage on the bottom corner, and yeah, we've got a bunch of ideas. It's just going to come down to costs, so it's quite a bit, you know what I mean? Like it'd have to be, well, I'll find out in a second because he's got the measuring thing out there, but I'd say it'd be about 150 meters, and then by, you know, in some sections 10 meters wide, some sections only like 5 meters wide. So I don't know, fingers crossed this is something that is achievable with, you know, not only revenue from what comes into the park, but, you know, you guys just supporting in general, which is, yeah, we've got to keep this place open, guys. It's such a sick place. You know, I couldn't imagine the Queensland scene without it. I couldn't imagine drifting without it. Like, it's such an amazing place to come. Like, I used to come here for years before I took the place over, and I really loved the place then, and it was way shittier than it is now. You know what I mean? It was really, really small. You know, all the extensions I've done since, etc. How I've made it wider. There used to be tyres everywhere. There used to be like a concrete wall and a tyre wall here. So, you know, you lost like a metre of track. There was all kinds of things that made it not as good as it is now, but it was still super fun back then, in my opinion. So, yeah, got to make it keep going. Operation Save Archie. Alright guys, so we've had the guy here, he's just leaving right now. We've measured it up. It's 132 meters in length by 10 meters wide, and we're going to go 125 millimeters thick. He's going to get back to me on pricing, but from what I know about concreting, it's not going to be cheap. We'll see how we go though. The idea is to go with a fairly decent sized bank, guys. That's probably the most exciting thing, is the fact that we'll potentially be able to run a pretty decent bank on the back corner. Not huge, but the idea is to go up at least, I think, like a 4 feet. So it'd end up with like a, I don't know what degree bank it would work out to be, but it would be definitely very noticeable, and would make this place freaking amazing. And I'll show you basically where we're intending to concrete from, because that's going to be pretty cool. But the idea, wait till this focuses, is to start here and run a 10 meter wide strip. Basically that'll take up all of this broken stuff that you can see, running it down through here, 10 meters wide, and basically the height we're going to come up to would be very similar to the height of the wall over here. So it's going to end up coming up quite a substantial amount, and running it all the way around and continuing to have the corner banked in this area so the water runs down into the drain, and continuing concreting all the way along here, because these bits are obviously the really shitty bits, and running the concrete straight across to there, because this is our main track that we use. The track to the left does get used, but nowhere near as frequently, and I would save that basically for asphalt, because it's not a part of the track that sinks, and it isn't really an issue at all. This top half of the track in general isn't an issue, so it's the bottom half of the track that the issue is. So that is the plan, guys. Hopefully, hopefully we can make it happen with all you guys coming down and watching at the track. If you're watching this on a Sunday morning and you're from Queensland, absolutely come down to the track today if you are watching this, because we're running from 10 AM till 5 PM. So like I said, that all that money sort of will go towards getting this track done and sorted out. And For any businesses watching, got to let you guys know again, we do these sponsorship signs along our fence, double-sided, for $1,400, and it includes the actual sign being made. All you need to do is send the design to us, and it's obviously with GST included, and you'll be able to support the track that way, and that obviously helps us a lot. And those signs are there as long as your business exists and as long as Archerfield exists. So that's just something we've done to try and help generate a little bit of revenue to help us with the maintenance side of things. I know there's been a couple people, I just want to address more so, there's been a couple people mentioned things like, why don't you sell your Raptor to pay for the track, and things like that. And guys, I'll be dead honest with you that it's on finance. There's no point selling a car that's on finance, because the money goes to the finance company, and then I'm left without an asset, and the track doesn't get fixed from that. So yeah, just a few silly little comments. I don't really let it bother me, but at the same time, I just wanted to address it here. Anyway, we're going to head back to the house now. The idea at this stage is to go out to a swimming hole with the wife and kiddos and a few mates and do some fall driving and stuff. So let's see where the day takes us. All right, so we're now on our way out to a place called Savage's Crossing. Got wifey with us on the beers, back in Australia, and on the beers, which is fantastic because the drink that she normally drinks is literally more than double the price of a case of beers. So wifey getting onto beers is definitely a good thing, right? Mm-hmm. And you're enjoying it. Like you said, what is it? Low carb, low
carb, preservative free, 99% sugar free, gluten free, and it's still 4.2%.
So it's good stuff.
And
we're not doing ads here.
I'm not sponsored, but I'd like to be.
Yeah, I want to be sponsored by White Claw, but they don't even sell it in Australia yet. Kiddos are munging away on some, what are they called? Nuggets. And yeah, we're going to head down to this place, see if we can swim. We're hoping the flooding hasn't ruined it too much. We know it's definitely going to be deeper than usual, but we'll see how things go. Maybe a little bit of wheeling as well while we're down there, just because of where it is. So we'll see. It's going to be a good day though. I'm in much better spirits today, and I'm just happy that the track got fixed last night. It was a lot of effort, but we got it done, and we feel better about it now, and we're just waiting for some quotes to come back this afternoon. So we'll see. Could end up in a bad mood again later when we get a quote that's maybe too much, or maybe it's a good amount and I'll be happy. Hopefully, fingers crossed for the cheaper amount.
What's he gonna do?
He's gonna jump over the person there.
He's gonna jump over the people there?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Daddy's gonna dive in the water. I said, instead of jumping in the water, we'll get one over.
Don't go in the water. There he goes. One of Scarlet's shoes.
That's my shoes!
Another beer or anything? We're all set up, kids?
Huh?
We're all set up?
Yeah.
How good is this? You love it?
I'm not in the water.
We'll go in a sec.
Dad? Dad?
Yeah?
Everything that close to you and comes close through the tank, you go catch it, okay?
Alright, we'll catch it.
If it's a flower, catch it. Because you need another one because the other one's tiny.
So this is an amazing spot. I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's called Savage's something. But it's a rad spot out here in the middle of, I don't know, it's sort of out countryside a little bit. But wicked spot to bring the kids. There's not too much current, even though there was the flooding, so, and the water's still crystal clear, so it's definitely going to be a good day for it, and I'm just going to chill and have fun with the kids. Alright, that's a wrap for swimming and festivities. Wifey never even went in.
That's my favorite.
She drank plenty. We're going to go for a drive across this river now. You've seen everybody else do it, and we're going to cruise across the river. Sound good?
Sounds good. Idiot.
Everybody go back.
What?
Idiot.
What?
Not as bad as Splash Mountain though. That's what Scarlett was saying. It's like the roller coaster she went on. Where I doused our child in water.
Well, that was actually an amazing day with the fam. And yeah, just good to chill out a bit, get a bit burnt. But yeah, just being that Tiana babies the JZX110 too much, I need to get some new plugs for that, which we have a track day tomorrow, so main thing is going to be track, but if I do get a chance, I'm going to run down the street and go get some plugs for the JZX110 so we can put those in tomorrow.
You all heard
the
that.
tomorrow.
You all heard that, because he also calls me a hoon all the time. Can't be both. Can't be a hoon, but then baby the car too much.
So she speeds, but it's not like she goes and hits.
Speed.
You don't even hit full boost in that car.
I do sometimes, but I don't speed.
Literally, she's always speeding. Whenever I'm in the passenger seat, I'm like, look over and she's like doing 10Ks over. But anyway, all is good. Good news on the not running a front plate as well. Haven't been running the front plate on the Raptor for like a week now, or a few days at least, and no hassles or anything. So I'm going to run it like that as long as I can because it looks way sick without a front plate. Alright guys, unfortunately this video has to take a bit of a serious turn. We've got the quote back to fix the track, and unfortunately the best the guy can do, and that's with pulling all kinds of strings as far as contractors and suppliers, you know, he's getting the steel. So this is for the concreting of the track, to get the track basically working properly again. I simply don't have $70,000, and it's a very, how can I explain it? It's an extremely difficult situation I have at my track. So we rent the track. Now my lease for the track, for the rental, is as long as the speedway exists. Now the problem with that situation is the owners of the speedway are in their 80s, and basically I deal with the manager, and the manager gets given 2 years at a time. And on November of last year, we were 2 years from that point. Now my problem being, if I go out and get a $70,000 loan to get this track fixed, we're not going to be able to pay that off within 2 years. And then if, God forbid, we get shut down within those 2 years, I'm left with a personal debt for something we don't even have anymore. And, you know, we're not talking small debt, you know, we're talking tens of thousands for something that neither myself or anybody else can enjoy anymore. So I have gone ahead. I did put a post up on Facebook. A lot of people responded and said crowdfunding, crowdfunding, crowdfunding. So I have set up a GoFundMe. You know, I've just put the GoFundMe for 50,000 because we can afford to do the 20,000 like that. You know what I mean? Obviously that's a huge chunk of money, but it's our drift park. Like I said, the situation's just so difficult from a point of view of the politics involved and when we can run and all those sorts of things. But it's sort of a deal with the devil, I guess, with the track. And the fact is, a small track like this for just drifting only wouldn't exist unless it was as close as it is to the city, which it is. So, there's a lot of politics and bullshit involved with my track and the lease, etc. However, the place is amazing, and what we have planned to do with the banking of that corner to stop the drainage problem and concreting all that entire section, it's 132 meters by 10 meters wide, and we're going to do it 125 millimeters thick with 32 MPa concrete. That $70,000 quote includes all the staff, like the concreting staff. All the concreting machinery is being donated, I believe, but it's just the fuel costs that's included. So concrete alone, just the cost of the actual concrete is just shy of $40,000. And then you've got steel fixing, machine work, all of these things added on. It's just, you know what I mean? Basically the guy, and I've had a few others tell me, with what we're getting done would realistically be $110,000 Australian dollar job. And this guy's doing it for 70 grand because he comes down to the track himself as well as his brother. So I can't thank him enough for doing us a great deal. It's just finding the money now to make it happen. And as much as, just going to the bank and getting a loan would make sense normally, unfortunately, the 2 years at a time thing is too risky, and basically it's either continue to run and let the track break up all the time, and, it'll probably cost me 70 grand over a 5-year period in repairs. The problem is I can't personally take that chance as, a small business owner. So it's very upsetting, I guess, and it's something we've somewhat foreseen. And I just want to sort of pull back on any of the people that are sort of like, you're living this glamorous life, blah, blah, blah. Like, realistically, guys, I have a couple of shitbox drift cars, and, even the America trip, my flights were partly paid for my flights were paid for, and Tiana's flights were paid for. We really only paid for the kids' flights over to the States. A lot of the time we stayed with friends, and we bought the car quite cheap, and then sponsors came in with parts, legends like Stage Wheels, GK Tech, Shockworks suspension, etc., made that car cool. That wasn't our money that did that. That was sponsors that helped out with that. So, we're definitely not personally rich by any means. We live in a rental house. We are still trying to sell the Mark II at the moment. So, and obviously the drift park isn't my only source of revenue. There is this YouTubing that is starting to become an income, as well as I run other drift events outside of Archfield, and then other revenue streams as well that I work on. So, with that said, thank you so much for listening to me. And anyway, the ups and downs at the moment are really messing with my head. I'm finding it in some cases difficult to sort of talk about it and string words together. But I'm going to add the GoFundMe link below. Please, if you can't donate, please at least share it around. Any help would be hugely amazing, I guess. A few dollars from someone, you wouldn't even notice it's gone. A few bucks from everyone. Even my page here, I have 16,000. If it was $1 from every person, that would be $16,000 towards this. And we'd get closer to that 50 grand goal, and I can chuck the 20 in, and we can get this track fixed and better than ever. And it'll just be amazing for Queensland and Brisbane and Australia in general, because a lot of guys travel from all around to come to this track. It's one of the very few drift-only tracks in the entire world. So we have something special, and we don't want to lose it. So fingers crossed we can get this under control, and tomorrow will be a better day. We are running the track. I'm just hoping to hell that it holds up to the punishment of a Sunday drift session, and we'll go from there. With any luck, I can get my butt in a drift car and do some drifting, because I need it so badly right now. I need that time in a drift car where you sit in there, you start drifting, you don't think about anything at all. I need that so badly, just to 110% think about nothing but happiness and fun drifting a car. I'd hope today was going to be a really good day, but getting that 70 grand bomb dropped on you with something that you love so much, sucky. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully content will pick up soon from a point of view of, like, I hate the doom and gloom stuff, but I want to be real with you guys as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please check out that link below for the GoFundMe. If there's any help, guys, appreciate it so much. Thank you, guys. Love you all. Bye.